This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Work can be a little weird. Cringy training seminars, coworkers who won't stop talking about their plant, forgetting the mute button at an inopportune moment. We have to deal with a lot on any given workday. Sometimes it can feel hard to thrive and move forward in your career. Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in. LinkedIn helps you get ideas and insights from experts in your field, connect with people professionally, grow your network, and access tools designed to help you find the right fit for your next role. Whether you're just getting started, figuring out your next move, or looking to accelerate your career, LinkedIn is built to support you at every stage because LinkedIn is the network that works for you. Visit linkedin.com/knowstuff to learn more. Running a business is hard enough. Don't make it harder with a dozen apps that don't talk to each other. One for sales, another for inventory, a separate one for accounting. That's software overload. Odoo is the all-in-one platform that replaces them all. CRM, accounting, inventory, e-commerce, HR, fully integrated, easy to use, and built to grow with your business. Thousands have already made the switch. Why not you? Try Odoo for free at odoo.com. That's odoo.com. Hey there, it's Josh, and for this week's Select, I've chosen an ancient episode from April of 2013, more than 10 years ago. Can you believe it? And if you don't understand how magnets work after listening to this one, well, then we didn't do a very good job of explaining it. Check it out and see what you think.
Welcome to Stuff You Should Know, a production of iHeartRadio.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh Clark with, guess who? Tell him who I'm with, Chuck. Oh, Chuck. I'm with Chuck. And Jerry's in the room as well. And since the three of us are together in this room, we have, tell him stuff you should know, Chuck.
Stuff you should know.
That's right, the podcast. I am so excited about this podcast.
I knew you would be.
So much so that I'm worried about it because, as you know, and anybody who even occasionally listens to the Stuff You Should Know is aware of, the more excited I get about a topic, the poorer job I do at explaining it.
Yeah.
See, I already did it. I should have said the poorer the job I do.
Yeah.
It's true. So I'm just going to try to remain calm.
Okay.
Because all we're talking about is magnets after all, you know?
And that's the way I feel. We usually balance each other out nicely like that.
But you don't think that there is a certain cachet to walking around understanding how a magnet works? Do you realize what percentage of the population you're a member of for knowing that? Maybe, and this is a guess, 0.0029% of the human population
knows how magnets work?
I don't know anybody else until we selected this and started reading it, besides Tracy Wilson, who knew how magnets worked.
I think you are underestimating the curiosity of the general public for people to look up this stuff on their own.
All right. I would like to hear from people. If you already knew how magnets work.
Yeah, act like if we don't tell people this and they're just dummies walking around.
I don't think that. That's not at all what I think. But I
we'll
guess
get corrections on this, and I think that will prove that people know this and more.
Okay. If you're a physicist whose specialty is the electromagnetic power,
cracking their knuckles right now and listening up.
Right. Then yes, we're gonna mess things up. It's true. But we have a general good, well, I'd say fairly detailed idea of why magnets exist.
That's right.
And we're gonna explain that to everybody.
It's all because of
grease. Not in any way, shape, or form in a condescending manner.
No.
Because all we did was research it.
That's right.
It's not like we're making magnets here.
No.
We're just talking about them.
You know, they discovered these in magnesia in Greece. Did you know that?
What?
Magnets. Like natural magnets.
Yeah, like lodestone.
Yeah. In magnesia in Greece.
Is that really a place?
Yeah.
Magnesia.
Absolutely.
You're not pulling my leg.
Nope.
Okay. But it was lodestone, a type of magnetite?
Yeah, it was magnetite.
Because that's the strongest naturally occurring magnet, right?
Yeah.
Like you can attract a paperclip just with this rock.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Even cooler, though, are the ones that humans have conquered and mastered and own.
That's right.
Because all the magnets you come in contact with on a daily basis, maybe a weekly basis, have been manipulated by humanity.
See, I never come into contact with magnets.
You know something? It's hard to find a decent magnet these days in an average store. Like, you have to, like, mail off for them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And I don't have refrigerator magnets because, the stainless steel fridges, you can't put a magnet on them.
That's so weird.
You can put it on the side.
Yeah.
So we have a few, you get magnets over the course of your life, whether it's like the pizza delivery guy has we have one in the shape of a pizza slice with their number on it.
You do.
And that's on the side. And like our vet, we have a vet magnet.
In the shape of a pizza slice with his number on it.
And then random people have given me magnets here and there, which I'll throw up there on the side.
That's good. Those are nice mementos. You mean
we
I
got one in
collect those
Guatemala
sometimes. You did?
Yeah.
That's nice. That's great, Chuck.
So anyway, I don't have a lot of magnets or experience with magnets, but I understand them now.
Now that you say that, I realize that I have more experience than I realized with magnets, because you, me, and I do have a pretty good magnet collection.
Well, there you go.
On our fridge. But yeah, it is. It always struck me as weird that like stainless steel you couldn't put a magnet on that.
Yeah.
Now I understand why. Stainless steel is not a ferrous metal.
That's right.
You have to have a ferrous metal, like something, say, iron, nickel, cobalt, aluminum even.
Oh, really?
I think so, because there's a type of magnet called the alnico magnet. And that's aluminum, nickel, cobalt alloy.
Yeah, if you've got a really good guitar amp, you might have an Alnico speaker.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're pricey.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Like you can buy the speaker separately and like switch it out in your amp to make your amp sound better, which I have been meaning to do for years, but they're just kind of pricey. It's like $400 just for the speaker.
But how's the sound?
Well, I'm told it's great, but music guys hear much more than I do. Like real music guys, they're like, "Can't you hear the difference?" And I'll be like, sort of.
Are these music guys also Alnico speaker salesmen?
Yeah, probably so.
All right, so let's get. So this is what I like about this article. It goes like basic to specific.
Yes.
And you can start with the basics about magnets. They attract specific metals, as we've said, typically ferrous metals.
Yes.
They have a north and a south pole. All magnets do.
Yeah,
There's no
like
north
the
and east poled magnet.
Yeah. And the Earth is the biggest magnet of all, I guess.
It is, at least on Earth. Opposite poles attract one another. Like poles repel one another. They hate each other.
That's right.
Magnetic and electrical fields are related, and we're going to explain why.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. And magnetism, I think I said electromagnetism earlier, so you can put your email away because I'm correcting myself.
Yes.
Is one of the 4 fundamental forces of the universe, right?
That's right.
With gravity and the strong and weak nuclear forces.
That's right.
That's magnets.
That's a great intro. Magnets, the object itself, or a magnet is an object in itself that produces a magnetic field, and it's going to attract, like you said, ferrous metals.
Yeah.
And there can be permanent magnets, a.k.a. hard magnets.
Yeah.
And they always have a magnetic field going. And then you have the temporary magnets, a.k.a. soft magnets. And they just produce a magnetic field when they're in the presence of or when they're in the presence of a magnetic field, and only for a short time, and then for a little bit thereafter.
Right.
Like once it's gone.
Yeah. And then electromagnets, when you apply an electrical current to some magnets, they become magnetic.
That's right.
And if you have a doorbell, you probably have an electromagnet in your house.
Yeah, the doorbell?
Yeah. I looked it up. It's more complicated than you would think.
Oh, yeah? I don't have a doorbell.
It's like it's like a Rube Goldberg-esque contraption. That is apparently pretty standard and uses electromagnets. It's neat. And actually, if you're interested in that, there's an article, How Doorbells Work, on howstuffworks.com.
Yeah, isn't it weird that a door, or maybe it's just me as a misanthrope, but like the sound of a doorbell now is not like, oh, I wonder who's here. It's, oh, crap, who's here?
Right.
Because no one just drops by anymore.
Right. Either that or like they know.
Yeah.
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 So, Chuck, the magnets that you typically have, like your pizza boy magnet, or like the circle ones are probably the best example. Just a ring, that magnetic ring that you see and grew up with. Those are a specific type, and they're called ceramic magnets.
That's right.
And they're probably the weakest magnets commercially available, except for the pizza slice ones.
Right.
Because that's almost like a sticker.
Yeah, I mean, it's connected to, or it's got a topper on it.
Right.
With printing.
Yeah.
A topper?
That's the
There's
for
a
it
word
now.
I couldn't find.
The topper, the pizza slice topper. But with the ceramic magnet, it's magnetic material mixed with ceramics, and it kind of cuts it, and it makes it a little weak.
Yeah, but good enough to stick on a fridge, which is all you're looking for.
Yeah, and it's cheap.
Very cheap. You already mentioned the Alnico magnets,
Yeah.
which are more expensive. And like you said, aluminum, nickel, and cobalt. And they are stronger than ceramic, obviously, but not as strong as the ones we're about to talk about, like neodymium magnets.
Yeah, or samarium.
Samarium.
You've got to be kidding.
Samarium.
Okay, samarium. Both of those magnets incorporate rare earth metals,
Yeah.
which are extremely magnetic,
And
or
that-
when combined in an alloy, can be very
Yeah,
magnetic.
That's true. And now they even have, and this is something I never knew, they have plastic magnets called magnetic polymers. And I guess those are for use in just very certain applications, like cold temperature applications.
Yeah. Or maybe that's what's on your pizza slice magnet.
Or it says they pick up only very lightweight things like iron filling. So I wonder if that's what you use with like your you remember the little toy kids thing where you had a guy's face and it had the little iron fillings and you could move it around and make a beard or a mustache or whatever.
Sure.
I bet that's what that is.
What was that called?
I don't know.
Old-timey toy number 273.
Not a Etch-a-Sketch, not a Hugo, something like that.
And why was it that anybody who had a beard from the 1940s to the 1960s, any child's toy, was like the most disturbing-looking creature you could come up with?
You think?
Oh, yeah. Have you ever heard of Rushton dolls?
No.
They were this very successful toy company, and they came out with a line of hobo dolls that were like the scariest things you've ever seen in your life.
Well, of course.
Like they were meant to damage children, obviously.
Oh, keep them from hopping trains, probably.
I guess.
You know?
Yeah.
Like play with it at home.
This is
Don't
what
go out on the
happens.
road.
Yeah, if you hop trains. Yeah.
Interesting.
The springtime thaw is finally here. Flowers are blooming, days are longer. We're saying yes to more plans and finally getting outside, running, walking, just moving again. It's the perfect time to upgrade your everyday go-tos with Bombas. Take Bombas sport socks. They're super comfortable and designed with sport-specific tech for running, cycling, yoga, hiking, you name it. I use them to run in, and I can tell you they work beautifully. So head over to bombas.com and use code SYSK for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com, code SYSK at checkout.
Hey everybody, here's a fact for you. In the United States, there is a break-in every 26 seconds, and that means that somewhere right now, an intruder is getting closer. And the problem with most security systems is that they only alert you after the break-in has started, and that's too late.
Well, that's what makes SimpliSafe different. They use alerts. SimpliSafe's US-based live agents, they identify threats on your property and help deter them before they actually break in. So the intruder never gets into your house. The crime is stopped before it even starts.
That's right. And another great thing about SimpliSafe is they have no long-term contracts. They give you peace of mind and great value with their monitoring deterrence plans because they just start at about $1 a day.
Yeah, SimpliSafe sent us a setup years back, and I still use mine every day.
Yeah, and apparently setup, you can do it by yourself in under 30 minutes. So it's a really good value and it doesn't take long.
So if you want to experience the SimpliSafe peace of mind, you can take advantage of the SimpliSafe discount offered to Stuff You Should Know listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplisafe.com/stuff. That's half off at simplisafe.com/stuff. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Work can be a little weird. One minute you're in a meeting that could have been an email. The next you're trying to decode corporate jargon that somehow means nothing. And don't even get us started on the quick sync that turns into a 45-minute deep dive.
Yeah, well, the truth is figuring out your career isn't always straightforward. Whether you're trying to grow, pivot, or just stay relevant, it can feel like you're navigating it all on your own. Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in.
That's right. LinkedIn can help you grow your career, helping you confidently navigate your path with insights, ideas, and inspiration from your professional community. You can stay up to date with the latest trends in your field, connect with people who get it, and discover opportunities tailored to your goals, your experience, and what actually matters to you.
Whether you're looking for something new or just trying to grow where you are, LinkedIn gives you the tools and connections to move forward with confidence. Because LinkedIn is the network that works for you. Visit linkedin.com/knowstuff to learn more.
Let's see. Oh, I made a blog post actually called 27 of the most unintentionally terrifying dolls you've ever seen or ever created.
That's like almost every doll, in my opinion.
You should see this slideshow. It's pretty good.
I'll check it out.
Okay, so let's talk about making magnets, Chuckers.
All right. Well, you talked about lodestone, form of magnetite, and that is, the strongest natural magnet.
Right. You don't have to do anything to it. So I guess the discovery of lodestone and the fact that it attracted metals made people start to tinker around with it. And I guess around the 12th century, people figured out that if you took a little iron pin and you took some lodestone and you petted it in the same direction, preferably in a northern direction, like you could magnetize that iron filling. And if you suspended it in something like water in a leaf, for anyone who's seen that movie with Alec Baldwin and Anthony Hopkins, The Edge.
Oh, yeah.
They magnetize like a needle and put it in like a water-filled leaf, and they figure out which way is north.
I knew I had seen that before.
So that's basically magnetizing a pin using lodestone. That's how the earliest compasses were made.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what's going on here, and this is sort of the basis, and we'll break it down to, like you said, a more molecular level.
Yeah.
But what's going on here is something known as a region called a magnetic domain, and it is actually part of the physical structure of any ferromagnetic material. So we're talking, again, iron, cobalt, and nickel, largely. Mm-hmm. And each one is like its own tiny little magnet right there. It's got its own little north pole, its own little south pole, and if it's unmagnetized, then this stuff is just going to be random and pointing in all different directions.
Right. The domain has its own north and south pole, but it's not necessarily aligned with the north and south pole on Earth.
Right. They're just kind of askew. If it's magnetized, they're all pointing in the same direction.
Right. Yes. That's pretty much all you have to do is figure out how to get all of those magnetic domains to align in the same north-south line.
Yeah, because if they're not, they're just canceling each other out.
Exactly. So the more domains that you have pointing in the same direction, the more powerful magnet you have.
Yeah.
And in each of these little domains, you can just I almost see it as like a little pocket in the molecular makeup of this, like an iron.
Yeah.
The north pole of one domain flows into the south pole of the domain in front of it.
That's right.
If they're all aligned.
Yeah.
And you add a bunch of these up, they produce one large magnetic field for the magnet as a whole.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, which explains why if you do the old trick in elementary school where you bring one magnet close to the other, it'll either repel it or, snap it together like one larger magnet.
Right, because the force, this magnetic force, is going out of the north pole of the magnet and into the south pole of the magnet in front of it.
There's something very dirty about that.
It is, right. Or if you take the north pole of one magnet, north pole of another magnet, and put them together, they repel one another because their magnetic forces are flowing in opposite directions and pushing one another apart. Which is kind of funny because this is how magnets work, but it bears such a striking resemblance to like something they would have come up with in the 15th century, like the force flowing out.
Yeah, this invisible force.
Right. It's witchery. And this is why magnets won't be brought together.
Like people would come and drag us out of here and toss us in a lake to see if we float afterward.
Right, exactly.
So we could stop there and you would have a pretty good idea of things, but we won't.
No.
We'll continue on.
Okay. We'll go a little more in detail, huh?
That's right. If you want to make a magnet, you have to get all these magnetic domains flowing in the same direction. Just like we were talking about earlier, when you rub the needle on the magnet, you expose it to this magnetic field, and we're getting these suckers to align in the same way, and then boom, that is one way that you can get a magnet.
Right, and there's different ways of doing this. You place it in a magnetic field in the north-south direction. You can hold it in north-south direction and hit it with the hammer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is a little crazy. Like you're physically jarring these domains into alignment.
They're like, huh?
Yeah. Okay, I'll point this way then. Or you can pass an electrical current through it.
That's kind of a cheat.
And they think that this is where lodestone came from. Either it was when this rock formed, the magnetite formed from a lava, it was aligned with the north-south pole of the Earth, so it became magnetized.
Yeah.
Or it was struck by lightning, so an electrical current passed through it.
That'd be pretty cool.
And it became magnetized as a result.
And that seems likely.
Right. But today, the most common method of making magnets is to place them in a very strong magnetic field.
Yeah.
And bada boom, bada bing, their domains start to wind up. But,
yeah, there's going to be a little delay, though.
Yeah.
And I saw this like on a YouTube video. This guy, there's a really good one. I can't remember what it was called, where the guy broke it down. Whenever it's stuff I don't understand, I always type kid science, and then I look and see what videos are available.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It really helps out.
Yeah.
But there will be a delay called hysteresis or hysteresis, and that's basically just the time it takes for the field to change direction and all align itself.
Right, because when you get these domains going, the ones that aren't already lined up on a north-south pole,
Yeah.
they just rotate around and do a little crazy spinning until they land on it.
Right.
And the ones that are already aligned north-south they grow bigger.
Yeah, become more robust, I guess.
Yeah, and as a result, other ones, the walls between smaller domains will shrink. And so you have large north-south domains, and then even the smaller ones are now probably polarized along that north-south line.
Yeah.
And you have just created a magnet.
Yeah, and here's what I think was one of the really cooler aspects of this is how strong your magnet is depends on how hard it was to get these domains to move in that direction.
Yeah.
And the harder it is, the longer it will stay magnetized, which sort of makes sense. It's
Totally.
almost like that it was so stubborn to get going, but then once you got it going in the right direction, it was then stubborn undoing that action.
Right, which kind of makes you wonder, like, if over enough of a time span, will any magnetized material eventually lose its magnetism?
Oh, if just left alone?
Yeah.
Huh. That's a good question.
There are things you can do to demagnetize things. You could take a magnet and put it in a magnetic field that's polarized the opposite direction.
Yeah, it's kind of mean.
Yeah, you can boil it alive, which is also very mean, and heat it to the point where it loses its magnetism.
Yeah, the Curie point. The guy in the video tested this. He had a paper clip on a string tied to the table, and then the magnet was like a foot off, so it was just like doing, and then he took a...
Was it a Jerry Lewis magnet?
And then he said, "Dean, bring me a lighter." And he got a lighter and heated up the paper clip, and then you see it start to shake, and then eventually it just fell.
That is a weird story.
Yeah. He demagnetized it.
Yeah, he did.
Using the Curie point.
So, okay, again, we could stop here. I think everybody understands how magnets work, right? Like there's little magnetic domains that are in all kinds of crazy directions. And then when you expose them to a magnetic field, they line up together and they produce their own magnetic field around that magnetic material. And then there you go. It flows out of the north and into the south. Magnets, right?
I would like to see a survey. I wish you could take an instant survey of people that, half of them are going, go, go, go. And half of them are like, I'm good.
Right.
That's all I need to know about magnets.
Right. I think our listeners are pretty curious folk.
Okay, so we're going deeper. And Tracy Wilson, who our site manager here of Stuff You Miss in History class now.
Yeah.
She wrote this one, and she's so thorough.
Yeah.
She has a very nice little pun in this section called shipping magnets. Get it?
Oh.
Shipping magnet?
Yeah, I got it now. I didn't notice that before.
Yeah, it's a pun. What she's talking about in this section, though, is interesting in that very large magnets present a lot of problems because they're super strong, and you can't just throw it on a truck and drive it across country. It'll disrupt everything.
Yeah.
So very specific precautions have to be taken when delivering large magnets used for certain like industrial applications. One of which is they have machines that, because it'll pick up all this ferrous material along the way.
Right.
And they have machines when they get there to remove all that stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, imagine if you're shipping it in like a truck and the truck is made of or has some sort of iron alloy in it,
Yeah.
and you have a huge industrial magnet, how are you going to get that off of the truck? You're not.
Exactly.
So they magnetize these materials on site typically, right?
Oh, is that what they do?
That's what I understand.
Oh, okay.
Or else they just rely almost exclusively on electromagnets, which become magnetic when you pass a current through
Oh, I
them.
thought you were going to say manpower.
Right.
It's like, give me those 10 guys.
American ingenuity, that's how you do it.
Pull! It's stuck, sir.
Right.
Well, speaking of sticking, we're going to break it down to the electrons, which
The atomic level.
this is bound to happen
Yeah.
because that's really where it all starts.
Well, I was just saying, like, electromagnets, they become magnetic when you pass a field of electricity through them,
Yeah.
or a current. And all electrical current is a flow of electrons.
Yeah.
Movement of electrons produces electricity. And electricity and magnetism are very much related. And this is why. Because on the atomic level of a ferrous material, iron, nickel, cobalt, right?
Yep.
Those are the big ones.
Let's call it the big three.
Well, let's talk specifically about iron.
Okay.
In an iron atom, there are around its orbit. In its orbit, there are electrons moving around,
Yeah, they spin downward or upward.
and typically they're paired. And when you have a pair of electrons, one spinning upward, one spinning downward, they're never any other way. There's no
Yeah.
pair of electrons that both spin in the same direction. It's always opposite.
Yeah, and that's called the Pauli exclusion principle. It's
Yeah.
just not possible.
Right, exactly. So in iron, you also have 4 unpaired electrons that all spin the same way. Now, those ones that are paired and spinning the opposite direction, they cancel one another out.
Yeah.
But these 4 spinning the same way produce a magnetic field, a very, 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 very tiny magnetic field, but a magnetic field nonetheless.
Yeah.
Right?
And this is very unusual for these unpaired electrons to be spinning in the same direction. That's why it only happens in things like iron, cobalt, and nickel.
Right, exactly.
Or did I
That's
say
what
nickel?
makes them ferromagnetic materials. They're
Yeah.
potentially magnetic because they have these unpaired electrons that are spinning in a certain direction, right?
That's right.
And then because these things are spinning in the same direction, they attract other atoms to kind of line up that are spinning in the same direction to line up nearby. And then those create what? Domains.
Well, a moment. They have a moment.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the moment.
It's
Chuck.
called the orbital magnetic moment. And I get it. Maybe that's just when they realize, hey, we're all partying in the same way. We're all spinning downward.
Right.
And
We all like slacks.
yeah, and hey, we've got a magnetic field all of a sudden. It's
Yeah.
small, but let's get a bunch of other ones and let's create a larger one.
Right, and that moment is it describes the force, the power, and the direction of the spin.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you have a bunch of them having the same moment, they kind of line up around one another when iron forms,
That's right.
and then that causes the domain, or that creates the little magnetic domains in the material.
That's right. And if you notice that materials that make good magnets are the same materials that magnets attract, then it's because they attract unpaired electrons that are spinning in that direction. It's the same thing. And you can also have something called diamagnetic, which are unpaired electrons creating a field that repels instead of attracts.
Right,
And then some materials don't react at all with magnets.
like pine straw.
I think now is the time for a word from our sponsor.
Stuff you should know.
Hey, everybody, here's a fact for you. In the United States, there is a break-in every 26 seconds, and that means that somewhere right now, an intruder is getting closer. And the problem with most security systems is that they only alert you after the break-in has started, and that's too late.
Well, that's what makes SimpliSafe different. They use alerts. SimpliSafe's US-based live agents, they identify threats on your property and help deter them before they actually break in. So the intruder never gets into your house. The crime is stopped before it even starts.
That's right. And another great thing about SimpliSafe is they have no long-term contracts. They give you peace of mind and great value with their monitoring deterrence plans because they just start at about $1 a day.
Yeah, Simply Safe sent us a setup years back, and I still use mine every day.
Yeah, and apparently setup, you can do it by yourself in under 30 minutes, so it's a really good value and it doesn't take long.
So if you want to experience the Simply Safe peace of mind, you can take advantage of the Simply Safe discount offered to Stuff You Should Know listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/stuff. That's half off at simplysafe.com/stuff. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Work can be a little weird. One minute you're in a meeting that could have been an email. The next you're trying to decode corporate jargon that somehow means nothing. And don't even get us started on the quick sync that turns into a 45-minute deep dive.
Yeah, well, the truth is figuring out your career isn't always straightforward. Whether you're trying to grow, pivot, or just stay relevant, it can feel like you're navigating it all on your own. Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in.
That's right. LinkedIn can help you grow your career, helping you confidently navigate your path with insights, ideas, and inspiration from your professional community. You can stay up to date with the latest trends in your field, connect with people who get it, and discover opportunities tailored to your goals, your experience, and what actually matters to you.
Whether you're looking for something new or just trying to grow where you are, LinkedIn gives you the tools and connections to move forward with confidence. Because LinkedIn is the network that works for you. Visit linkedin.com/knowstuff to learn more. Hey everybody, we're here to talk to you about Wayfair, who believes that spaces should be functional, they should be comfortable, they should be well designed, and they can be well designed by you with their help.
Your updated space should feel more comfortable, inviting, and practical for everyday use. And we're talking about outdoor seating. We're talking about grills. We're talking about major appliances. If you need storage solutions, Wayfair can help you out. Patio lighting, rugs, decor. It is your one-stop shop for home.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting nice out, so it's time to think about living outdoors for the next few months. And Wayfair knows that outdoor furniture, it's heavy, it's intimidating to assemble. So Wayfair has stepped in and said, we're going to handle the hard part so you don't have to.
That's right. You can shop Wayfair Verified, your shortcut to the good stuff. And that means their team of product specialists are going to vet everything by hand using a 10-point inspection, testing things like, quality materials, functionality, and features, and even how long it takes to build that piece of furniture. And the overall experience save time, reduce hassle, and improved convenience.
Patio season is here, and these deals won't last. So head to wayfair.com right now to get your outdoor space ready for way less. That's WAYFAIR.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
All right, back to magnets, because there's still some more to go.
I mean, now everyone who's listening to this understands magnets on an atomic level.
Yeah.
It's the spin of electrons.
It's physics.
Yeah.
My favorite thing.
Yeah.
This one actually appealed to me more than usual,
Yeah.
physics-wise.
Same here.
You know?
Remember the physics of surfing?
I do. All right, so people measure magnets to see, how strong the magnetic field is using something called a Gauss meter.
Yeah.
And flux or Webers are the what would you call that? The,
you measure
unit of
flux
measurement.
in Webers.
Oh, okay.
So flux is the line of magnetic force coming out of it.
Well, I botched that.
That's all right.
Okay. So the density of the flux is measured in either Tesla or Gauss, with Tesla being 10,000 Gauss, which is pretty cool that you get a unit of measurement named after you.
Oh, yeah.
If you're Tesla.
You better if you're Tesla. You
Sure.
did a lot of cool stuff.
And you can also measure it in Webers per square meter, but really, who wants to do that?
Yeah.
You know?
Canada, probably.
And then the magnitude of the field is measured in amperes per meter, or something called Oersted.
Yeah. I like Oersted.
You do?
I'm a fan of Oersted, and I also like flux. And Tesla's pretty awesome, too.
So where do we use magnets besides pizza reminders
Or doorbells.
or doorbells
Of course.
speakers?
We use them to, if you were into cassette tapes back in the day,
Oh, yeah.
brother, you were into magnets.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. We also use them again in compasses, burglar alarms, electric motors. We use them to provide torque.
Yeah, car speedometers.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an old-fashioned cathode ray tube television set, you're using magnets.
Yep.
Did you listen to cassettes? What?
Sure, man. I grew up in the 80s.
Okay, I was just I wasn't quite sure. You're a little younger, but I didn't know.
No,
I
I
was a
was
late
there.
adopter.
Of cassettes?
Well, no, of everything, because what I would do is I would have a big collection and then be like, I got all these records.
Right.
So I was late to cassettes, and then I had all these cassettes. I didn't want to switch to CDs until all my cassettes got stolen.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I guess I'll get CDs now.
Guess I'm going CDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was there for the big transition from cassettes to CDs.
Sure.
Remember, they were across the board $20, $19.99 for
CDs
a CD.
in the big box, too, remember?
What a waste.
See? Look at that.
Maglev trains?
Yeah, we talked about this. We have a cool one of our little 1-minute live action shorts online. We and maybe I'll post this when we release this, but the maglev train system and a lot of roller coasters and things like that use super magnets to.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, the maglev train uses it to propel the train forward.
Yeah, I
And
don't
roller
remember
coasters use magnets for braking a lot of times,
how. Oh yeah,
like new ones.
yeah, the good ones.
You don't remember that one?
No, we did like a dozen of them in 4 days.
Okay,
I don't remember that one.
I'll send it to you.
Thank you. The magnetosphere is a part of our atmosphere. I guess it's outside of the atmosphere, but it surrounds Earth in a protective layer that protects it from charged ions known as solar winds.
Yeah.
And when these solar winds come in contact with the magnetosphere, you get something that's called the northern or southern lights.
Ah, okay.
That's what that is.
I knew we talked about that at some point.
In another short.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then our favorite, of course, the Wonder Machine, would not be possible without magnets because it is magnetic resonance imaging.
Right.
And
It'd just be resonance imaging without it.
yeah, and there's no fun in that. And then doctors sometimes use pulse electromagnetic fields to actually heal broken bones that haven't healed correctly, which is amazing.
I looked into this. They have no idea how it works on a molecular level.
Oh, really?
All they know is that if you expose bone or tissue, I think bone's more bone and muscle maybe are easier to grow. To an electromagnetic pulse, it grows. Wow. Even if it hasn't healed after surgery or any other procedure. If you hit it with an electromagnetic pulse, you'll get a reaction. And they're figuring out how to put this in garments for astronauts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you suffer substantial bone loss on a very long microgravity flight.
Yeah.
So they're figuring out how to weave it into their clothes so their clothes can blast them with an electromagnetic pulse to make sure their bone density keeps up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But they don't know why it works. They just know it works.
Cows are pretty happy they're magnets.
Yeah.
Because there's this horrific thing called traumatic, we'll just call it hardware disease. And this is when cows eat small metal objects that are in their food. And it's pretty awful that happens. But luckily they have a cow magnet to feed them. And it, I guess, gathers up all this stuff and then they poop it out.
I'll bet that's horrible to poop out.
Isn't that what happens?
Or it punctures. Oh, the magnet?
Yeah, I mean, they poop it
Do
out,
they
right?
poop the magnet out? I don't know what it does.
Surely it doesn't just stay in the body, does it?
I don't know.
All right, I'm going to have to look into that some more.
And people are known to put their arms into cows' rears.
Yeah, no, some of them have a hole cut in their side, remember, so they can examine their stomach.
Yeah, the one with the porthole.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to try this one. Traumatic reticulopericarditis.
You practice that beforehand. Well done.
So
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Some people might think practicing hard words before you do a professionally released audio program is a good thing.
If a human swallows a magnet, that's not good.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Cows' intestines and stomachs are different than humans' intestines and stomachs, and if we swallow, especially more than one magnet, they will basically clamp your entrails together, and you will be in big trouble, and you'll have to undergo surgery to have them removed.
Yeah, so that's no good. Parents, be cautioned when your kids are playing with magnets because kids like to swallow things they shouldn't swallow.
Yeah, and since we talked about electromagnetic pulses being capable of spurring bone loss, is it spurring or spurning? Man, my
spurning
brain
bone
is
loss,
messed.
spurring bone growth.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You would think that people wearing like magnetic bracelets or magnetic insoles are getting some sort of benefit. There's no study that's ever shown that those things actually help. Although there's a lot of people out there who believe in static magnetic therapy, which is just a magnet on your skin. There's no pulse or anything going off. And they think that possibly the people who are adherents to this
Sure.
think that it's either attracting iron in the hemoglobin
That kind of makes sense.
to improve circulation, or it has some sort of effect on the cellular structure in the body,
Right.
and that's why it helps your back. Insoles help your back, or a bracelet.
Helps your arthritis.
Yeah, but again, there's no studies that suggest this.
Well, it's big money. Americans alone spend about $500 million per year on this kind of thing, and worldwide about $5 billion a year on magnetic treatment. So,
With a B,
yeah, that's a lot of dough.
it is.
And then there was one more thing. Magnetized drinking water is a thing now to treat ailments, and I think that they have not shown in clinical trials that that's been proven either, correct?
Most of the minerals in drinking water are not ferromagnetic, so
To begin with,
it wouldn't
right.
have anything to do with it.
And they found that in clinical trials, a lot of the positive benefits come from placebo maybe, or a passage of time,
Yeah.
or maybe the fact that these insole cushionings are just better made and more padded to begin
Yeah.
with.
There's also apparently a device that removes hard water
Yeah.
minerals from water using magnets, but apparently, again, it's not really doing anything as far as Consumer Report says in a 2-year study.
Yeah, we had a water softener when I lived in Yuma,
Yeah.
and I'd never heard of that. I was like, oh, what? And it's like, it was in the garage. It sort of looked like a hot water heater, and it softened the water, whatever that means.
Yeah. Do you know what it did?
Soften the water.
Yeah.
But I think I remember asking my sister what hard water did, and she was like, oh, you could tell the difference. Like, I can't
It
remember
makes your
exactly.
skin real dry, I think.
Yeah, and I think, I don't remember.
Yeah. So that's hard water, everyone. If you want to learn more about that, type the word magnets into the search bar at howstuffworks.com. It will bring up this awesome and exhaustive article. Also, if you're interested in doorbells, type that word in the search bar too. And since I said search bar twice, it means we go straight to listener mail.
Yeah, I'm going to call this military shout-out. We don't do shout-outs that often. Sometimes we do. We get a lot of requests, so don't feel bad, people, if we don't
Yeah.
do your shout-out. This is from Trevor. Hey, guys. My name is Trevor. And yes, that is spelled with a B and not a V. And that is a long story that I'll tell you if you would like, but that's not why I'm writing in. I'm currently serving in the U.S. Armed Forces, and I am stationed overseas. My wife and I recently welcomed my daughter into the world. Congratulations, Trevor. And wife, and I got to spend some time with them, although not as much as I would like to, obviously, before I had to come back overseas. It's been a really long, tough trip being away from them, and even harder on our marriage. I work long hours, and when I come home to talk to my wife, I really dread talking about work, and she really hates talking about herself all the time. So that's when I bring up topics that you guys talk about on the show. I've listened for years, and I have turned her onto them as well. And I just want to thank you guys and ask if you could give a shout out to her in listener mail. Her name is Tony with an I. So Trevor and Tony. Trevor, thanks for your service, obviously. And both of you, thanks for hanging in there as a military couple. It's tough
Yeah.
when you're away for that long. And it's quite a sacrifice. My sister and her husband, he's a career Marine helicopter pilot, as I mentioned before.
Yeah, who's been to Afghanistan, right?
Yeah, and they go for, long tours, 6 and 8 months at a time, and you do enough of those in your life, and you realize you're spending years away from your husband or wife, totaled up.
Yeah.
And family and daughters and sons, and so it's tough stuff. So shouting out to you guys, hang in there.
Yeah, thanks, Trevor and Tony.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome that we're keeping their marriage happy.
Well,
We're providing them sustenance to talk about. It's awesome.
exactly.
If you want to let us know how we have helped your marriage, we're very interested in that. You can send us an email to stuffpodcast@iheartradio.com.
Stuff You Should Know is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
Mom, can I have Lingo Kids? Dad, Lingo Kids, please!
When did we become the Lingo Kids house?
No idea. Last week it was dinosaurs. This week it's...
Lingo Kids! Kids!
Why Lingo Kids?
Because it's the best thing ever. We can play games with astronauts, wild animals, and superheroes.
With more than 4,000 interactive games, songs, and shows, Lingo Kids is the #1 entertainment platform for young kids.
So, no dinosaurs?
And dinosaurs. Lingo Kids!
Everything kids love. Download it for free.
You know, you could be adored by everyone and still completely ignored by your cat. Trust me, I know. But if you feed your cat Sheba, you can go from being ignored to truly adored in 12 days guaranteed or your money back. Sheba has a full menu of products, appetizers, entrees, treats, even a kitten's menu. It's so cute. So Sheba has a product for even the pickiest eater. Like Sheba Puree, it's made with bone broth, they're chef-inspired flavors, it's got a smooth and creamy texture that cats love, and contains no corn, wheat, soy, or artificial flavors. It's food that your cat's gonna love. To learn more, check out Sheba.com. That's SHEBA.com. If audiobooks are your thing and you've been meaning to listen to more of them, you should check out a podcast called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audio Club, hosted by Cal Penn. Each episode spotlights standout audiobooks on Audible across all kinds of genres: sci-fi, comedy, romance, thrillers, and more, with Cal talking to guests who help break down what makes each story worth listening to. It's a fun, easy way to discover your next great audiobook. Check out Earsay on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed Human.